Yeah, my name is Ethan Godwin, and I recently took Suganda's Ayurvedic and Cooking Class and was blown away by just how the Indian philosophies of medicine and teachings really married well with everything I've studied in the West with nutrition and my own health journey. And it's been really fascinating to get to learn about the doshas and learn about what element I am, to then tie together what's best for my body, not just like what a superfood is, but is that actually good for my body? So Suganda is wonderful in the way that she presents the information. She's incredibly knowledgeable and someone that I would continue to come back for sessions just to learn more and more, because I think we just kind of, we're at the top of the iceberg and it's a very large topic to get to learn about. What I found most fascinating in the workshop with Suganda was getting to learn about our elements and breaking down what each element meant, and then the kind of qualities that each element would have, similar to like archetypes or body types that we have in more the Western philosophy. It just went more in depth and really gave me a much better picture. I was a single person in a group of couples, and it was interesting just watching them dart eyes back and forth, because it was like, oh, this, you do this, like to each other's partners. But I was doing that for myself, being like, oh, this makes a lot more sense by, if I'm more fire element, I can get really passionate, but I can also burn out, and I can also get irritable, and just the different layers that go with that, and then how to not just like push it away, that's like, quote unquote negatives, but to be able to better understand, and then through better understanding, I can maybe navigate myself from not getting into the traps of irritability or anger or different things by maybe less caffeine, or not putting hot sauce on my food on a really hot day, or just different things that we got to learn from Suganda. So moving forward after Suganda's workshop and then cooking class, one, I want to cook more foods the way Suganda cooks foods, because they're absolutely delicious. And two, it's taking the elements and the doshas and really marrying that in relationships and friendships, to better understand each other, because I know for myself and my partner that as soon as I started to explain this to her, a lot of things made sense. And then now I know with like more of an earth element that they need some structure, but they don't have to be totally structured. So even in a relationship, it becomes like, let's get a little bit of a plan, but we don't have to have everything fleshed out. And that just makes everything a little bit more happy and smooth, because you're not pushing someone into maybe more of the negative potentials of what their element is. You're more acknowledging that there's negatives to all the elements, and then combating it with the different foods, the different environments that we place ourselves in, and things like that. So it's been incredibly helpful, and it's knowledge that I continue to want to learn about, especially like what foods are good and bad for me, like bad, quote unquote. It's not like it's bad, but it's going to make, me less prone to the negative aspects of my element. So the cooking class was awesome. One, just learning Suganda's brain a little bit, that she's looking for like the sweet, the sour, the astringent, the pungent, and whatever the other one was, salty maybe, the different elements, and incorporating that in all the food, and how that really brings to life the flavors more so than maybe what I'm used to is just like, oh, here's some beef and let's put some salt and pepper on it and then call it a day. There's a lot more that goes into food that I guess I just wasn't looking, because as a health person, it's like, oh, protein, but it's like, how do we best incorporate spices and herbs and different things with it that protein will then digest better. Thank you, Suganda. We really appreciate you, and it was such an amazing cooking class. I can't wait to take another one and learn more from you in the future.